What's up, guys? So we got the chipping green behind me. We're about to give you an awesome tip that I picked up from a tour coach that I think will really help you guys with some high, soft, spinny wedge shots. But before we do, I'm here pumping out videos. I'm about to give you guys all kinds of content for the channel. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please comment what you learned and what you like below and share it with your friends. But for now, let's get to work. All right, golfers, so this tip I think is a really good tip for a lot of you that like to use their hands or a hands-your type of player. And the coach was Jonathan Yarwood. I was watching him on Instagram with a tip and a lesson he was given to Michael Campbell about how they taught him to use his hands to hit some of these soft, spinny wedge shots. Now, these types of wedge shots, right, there's different types of styles. People do it differently. You have the stricker, who's handsless, Phil, who's more handsy or hinge and holdy, and then you have like what I'm about to show you now, where there's a little bit more hands involved, but it depends on how you like to play short game shots. Now, for me, I like to use my hands, so this is actually a really good feeling for me. The key to this tip is that he was calling it a drag and a flip, right? So yeah, I'm stealing this tip, but I like it, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. And so the feeling is like you're trying to drag the handle away, not pick the club head up, but drag the handle away and then flick the head at the golf ball. So you drag and flip. The sensation is by pulling the handle away, you can't overload it too much, right? And this is typically a big flaw that I see in a lot of golfers who are trying to get handsy. Is they think the first thing they have to do is start picking the club up, and a lot of the issue with that is that the radius gets too narrow and too close for you to manage the swing bottom, so it becomes a little difficult to maintain a good strike at the bottom. The drag portion of this kind of delays that hinge and gets your hands moving side to side, right? Make sure you check out the other video, whichever corner it's in, about what I talk about a one-hand chipping technique that we talk about making your hands go side to side as you hit your chips. So you get geared up, you feel that drag, and then you feel the flick. So I'm going to hit a couple here before we get to the face-on view and talk about it, just so you can kind of see how the ball reacts. It feels like I can keep the bounce to the earth really well. And you can kind of see on that second hop how it tends to just bite really hard. So let's watch it from face on so you can kind of get an idea of how that works. So again, that feeling, drag, flick, really lets the bounce go to the ground, loft go to the sky. But depending on where I put it in my ball position, so this one's a little bit more back, it will come off a little lower. Have a little more check, playing a little bit more forward, getting a little bit more loft to it. And the shot works really well at maintaining good loft and bounce control. But if you're a really handsy player, try starting it with a drag instead of starting it with a pickup. So drag it out of the gate and get a little flicky with it. That had a good bit of little spinach on it. And you can help increase that friction in which you hit your shots. All you got to do then is you play it a little bit more back in your stance, play a little more up in your stance. Now I can start to hit some more high, really high, soft type of shots, and you can just move the ball position around. But I think there's something there by dragging it away rather than trying to hinge it away. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully this short, quick little tip helps you guys get better at your wedge work.